Hi, welcome to another episode of Funny Finance Guy. My name is Adnan Hasbi. In today's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about how Atomic Habits helped me in my entrepreneurial journey. I will summarize the book real quick and I will talk about how I use certain principles to help me move forward in this journey, especially when it comes to course creation and also creation of YouTube content. So for this, we'll start with the happiest day of my journey, which is the first day. I still remembered while I was working, I felt frustrated many days when I knew I wasn't pursuing my dream in living that life of a digital nomad. And I still remember there were times when I always imagined I would be traveling the world, having enough money to do wonderful things, and also living off passive income. Having said that, however, 3 months down the road, it was a very different picture than what I envisioned before. I was pretty much lying on the couch, not having much of a direction. I also had this habit of having long lunches which lasted 4 or 5 hours. I would sometimes hang out in the parks during afternoons when there were no one around and also watch Netflix and also YouTube. Don't get me wrong, it was really enjoyable me doing all these things. But after a couple of months not pursuing my goals and my dreams, I felt that I was very lost. And to put things into perspective, I saved up as much as 10 months of living expenses when I resigned, and I was down to my third month. So I had 7 more months to start and also succeed in this entrepreneurial journey of mine. Time was ticking. And if I didn't start now, I knew I would have to apply for another job, and I knew I did not pursue my dreams despite having all the resources to do so. I had to take action. So, what were the things I did? Well, I always remembered people telling me all the answers have already been written on books, and it's upon us to read the books and learn from these books. And for me, it was not enough to read these books. For me, it was also applying that knowledge. And that's one of the reasons why I'm giving a summary of this book and also telling you how I applied the knowledge which I had reading this book. So the few key takeaways I had from this book is number one, change my identity or change our identity. I remembered when I first stopped working, I had this identity of being retired and I was lost at the same time. I knew I needed to change that to someone that is willing to learn and maybe get a direction. And when I did that, I started reading more books and feeling more proactive. I started taking action and taking charge of everything. The second thing which I learned is habits help create our results. So what do I mean by this is that assuming if I am a person that loves to eat quite a fair bit and I don't quite exercise, that may result me in being a little bit big. Having said that, if I change my habits into healthier eating, eating within portions, and working out a little bit, I know eventually I'll be smaller. So in this book, it talks about how we can break habits and also form new habits. And amongst the new habits which I formed was I made it a point to always record content on a daily basis for my Udemy course and also for YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why, if you look in my channel, 2 years ago, I used to record things every once a month and then I'll stop. And then 4 months down the road, I'll record something. But right now, I'm trying to record and put up content on a weekly basis. And if we work hard enough, and if we know the direction we are moving towards, it's only a matter of time until good results happen. So I hope you guys can take some benefit from this small little video. If you want to read more about the book, I have put the link on the bottom in the description. If you want to learn more, please stick on this channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.